So I think it's fair to say that there's no other sneaker on the market that has more history or more hype than the Air Jordan 4. And in this video, I wanted to cover everything you guys should know about the Air Jordan 4. What is going on, guys? Hass here from CollectiveKicks.com. If you guys are trying to shop this week's top sneaker deals, check the link in the description, and happy shopping. So today's video is going to be sponsored by StockX, and if you guys don't know what StockX is yet, I'm going to go ahead and refer to past Hess. Now, I know that most of you guys out there already know what StockX is, but for those of you that don't know, I'm going to explain it to you guys real quick. It's an online place where you can buy and sell authentic, dead stock pairs of sneakers. It's honestly the #1 place that you guys should go to know the true current market value of your sneakers and other items. StockX gets the shoes in hand and does a legit check on the shoes before they end up shipping to you. So basically they play the middleman so you don't get burned. Another thing that's really nice is the prices are usually a little bit lower than places like Fly Club and other consignment shops. So if you guys are actually interested in downloading the StockX app, check the link in the description and you can go ahead and download it to your mobile device. Why should you actually do this though? A couple reasons that I can think of is, one, you can actually tailor the experience to you and your shoe size, which makes it a lot easier to shop because sometimes the prices vary depending on the shoe size that you are. And also, if you're planning on selling a pair, it automatically defaults to your size as well for the selling side. You can also set up alerts on each of the items that you have an interest in, and that way you can pull the trigger when the time is right and when the price point is more lucrative to you. If you've bought or sold on StockX in the past, leave a comment in the comment section and let everybody else know what your experience was. StockX is going to be a great place for you guys to search for all different sorts of Air Jordan 4s as well as many other sneaker models. So I think the Air Jordan 4 is very relevant in today's sneaker culture, but it also has a rich history being one of the most iconic basketball shoes to date, in my opinion. This is actually the very first pair of Jordans that I remember when they originally released. My neighbor actually had a pair of these and I was so jealous. The only thing that I got was the knockoff pair that they had at Payless, unfortunately. So it's dope to be in the future now and actually own one of the Grail colorways that I wanted when I was a kid anyway. So let's get into some of the history on the Air Jordan 4. If you guys didn't know, Tinker Hatfiled designed the Air Jordan 4 after a very successful Air Jordan 3, which was a really pivotal point in Jordan's sneaker career because the Air Jordan 2 was not very well received. The Air Jordan 3 definitely brought everything back. So the bar was set really high for the Air Jordan 4, and Tinker Hatfield definitely delivered. These released in 1989 for $110. And there was only actually 4 colorways to release. They had the black cement colorway, they had the white cement colorway, they had a military blue, as well as a white, black, and red colorway. But out of those 4 original colorways, leave a comment and let us know what was your favorite one. Honestly, for me personally, the black cement was my favorite out of the Air Jordan 4s that originally released in '89. I think the Air Jordan 4 in the black cement colorway was one of the first ones that I remember in like a nubuck suede upper, which was totally different than traditional leather, and it definitely turned a lot of heads. The Air Jordan 4 was actually the very first model to release with overmolded mesh. The Air Jordan 4 was also the second Jordan to feature that visible air window, which was super iconic at that time and still has relevance today. It definitely helped visualize the Air to the name Air Jordan. And something that most of you guys might not have even tried, you can actually lace the Air Jordan 4 in 18 different ways with the different eyelets that they supplied on the shoe. And the original models featured the Nike Air logo on the back. So it took 10 years for the Air Jordan 4 to actually get its first retro. They retro the black cement colorway, the white cement, but they also introduced the Columbia and Oreo colorways, which honestly, they didn't get that much love back then. In '99, they also featured the Nike Air on the back. From 2004 onward, they featured the Jumpman on the back. And for those that didn't know why they removed the Nike Air branding from the Air Jordan retros, it's because Jordan Brand actually is now a separate entity from Nike. Basically, it's his own company. So they dropped all of the Nike branding for a long time. But in 2016, I believe they released the white cement Air Jordan 4s with the original branding on the shoe. Also, the Air Jordan 4 featured an iconic on-feet moment by Jordan himself. He made what they called the shot, which was a series winner in Game 5 of the 1989 NBA first round between the Chicago Bulls and the Cleveland Cavaliers, which is why in 2012 they actually released a Cleveland Cav colorway in honor of that shot. The Air Jordan 4 also had a lot of successful commercials with a character known as Mars Blackman and Michael Jordan together. It was always fun to be able to see those commercials, and definitely something that a lot of older sneakerheads remember. And in 2006, they actually featured a Mars Blackman logo on the back of the Varsity Red Air Jordan 4s. This shoe was also featured in a Spike Lee movie called Do the Right Thing, and there was a character named Mookie, and he got his Air Jordan scraped. It was
Yo, man, your Jordans are up. Damn, man, you might as well throw them shits out. Them shit is broke,
It was definitely an iconic moment for sneakers back in the day, and I believe last year in 2017, Nike actually made a really cool pack that was like a sneaker pack and a nod to that movie. So a lot of the midsoles to the original pairs as well as the 1999 retros were really crumbling and they basically just fell apart. A lot of the uppers though remained intact, which this shoe as well as the Air Jordan 3 helped generate a lot of thinking outside of the box and actually doing sole swaps on sneakers. It was something that I don't think anybody ever thought of before the Air Jordan 3 and the Air Jordan 4 models. I could be wrong, but I think that that is something very unique and very identifying of the Air Jordan sneaker culture. So I personally think that the Air Jordan 4 helped solidify sneaker culture on and off of the court for performance basketball shoes at the time. This is something that obviously you could see people wearing on the streets as well. There was definitely a lot of hype around the shoe, but not like the hype we see nowadays. It was more of the fact that somebody could actually afford a pair of the shoes. Because I say they're only $110 back then. Back in '89, $110 was a lot of money for a pair of shoes. I believe the ones I got from Payless were like $20 or $14.99 or something like that. So $110 was a lot of money to pay. And so if you had the money to cough up for a pair of Air Jordans, then you made a lot of people jealous. It was definitely a status symbol on and off the court. And Jordan actually scored 32.5 points a game in the Air Jordan 4. So now that we know a little bit about the history of the Air Jordan 4, time to talk about the hype. I think that the Air Jordan 4 has 3 of the most coveted Air Jordans to ever hit the sneaker market. One being the undefeated Air Jordan 4s. The second one being the Eminem Encore Air Jordan 4s, which recently had a very, very limited retro that was released through StockX, like 23 pairs, which is just insane. And I saw LeBron James flexing on the gram showing that he had his pair. And actually, I think M said there was only 22 pairs because Jordan got the first pair. But then the last Air Jordan 4 is the Carhartt Air Jordan 4s, which was a shoe that was only released on eBay and it was for Eminem's charity. And it raised a ton of money. The resale on any of those shoes could be between $15,000 and $30,000 right now. $30,000, like for real. But those ones are so far out of reach, it's unbelievable. Then we have the next tier down, which we have the gray Kaws 4s, the black Kaws 4s you can see here, the Lightning Air Jordan 4s, which haven't retroed yet. We have the Dornbecker 4s. We also have the Pinnacle Air Jordan 4s. And out of that, I actually have the snakeskin ones. We have the Levi's Air Jordan 4s, which have generated a ton of hype. And I really wish I got a pair of those so I can actually distress that denim myself. But as you can see, there's a lot of iconic sneakers for the history of the Air Jordan 4, but there's a lot of hype behind the Air Jordan 4 model also. What is your favorite Air Jordan 4 of all time? Leave a comment in the comment section. Curious to see what you guys put as your favorite Air Jordan 4. For me, it has to be the black and red Air Jordan 4s, and I can't wait for them to drop those with the Nike Air on the back. But these ones are super, super dope. Thank you again to StockX for getting me a pair of black Kaws 4s in hand and for sponsoring this video. I highly recommend you guys downloading the StockX app in the description. I'm not just saying that because this video is sponsored by them. I truly believe you guys should actually go check it out. It's one of the best legit and authentic apps that you guys can get to help really know what the sneaker value is on the market. Before StockX was around, you would have to go to Flight Club and just see what you think your shoe is worth. But at the end of the day, like, it was never worth that because Flight Club would just inflate their prices so much. So StockX gives you a way better option to be able to actually see what the current market value is of your sneakers. Anyways, if you guys like this style of video, please leave a thumbs up on the video. Also in the comment section, if you guys want to let me know if you guys like these videos and if you guys have another Air Jordan that you guys would like to see a series on, leave a comment on that. But thank you again for stopping by and watching the video. It is much appreciated. Subscribe if you guys are new to the channel, notification bell if you want to be notified of when I post videos, and you can be part of that notification squad if you guys would like. And you guys can do social things and share the video or like the video or whatever if you want. At this time, if you guys want to click the screen and watch some of those other videos, feel free. But thank you guys for stopping by. Catch you guys for some more videos soon. Peace, guys.